When you were younger, you may remember March being filled with Reading Month celebrations at school. And even though you've grown out of Cat in the Hat and are reading something even better now, there are certain people who also do a lot of reading in March, throughout the spring, and really all year. College admissions and scholarship teams. If you are writing for a scholarship or to get into a specific college, you want your writing to accurately answer application questions while reflecting your message and ideas. To help you make your essays and personal statements stand out when others are reading them, we asked current Grand Valley State students for the tips and tricks for writing essays that helped them successfully land their scholarship or admission letters. Let's hear what their 5 biggest tips were.
The first steps before starting any personal statement or essay are to research and read. Many colleges and organizations will have sample personal statements from other students. Read all of these and think about what makes them work. Do not get hung up on the specifics. Just because an essay talks about, say, curing cancer on the moon, does not mean that your essay has to talk about the same thing. Instead, think about how these successful essays and personal statements form a narrative, engage the reader, and set the applicant apart from others. You'll also want to really dive into research about the college, university, or organization that offers the scholarship. Elements of the mission statement should inform the broad strokes of your essay. However, be mindful about using too much of their own material. After you have an idea of what to aim for, dig in to the essay prompts.
When writing an essay, it is important to thoroughly read and understand the prompts so you know how to address them. Here are some tips I use to help make sure I know the prompts and use them to my advantage. First, always read your scholarship prompts before and after writing your essays. This will help to ensure that you have addressed all of the requirements they are asking for. If you find that you are having trouble understanding a prompt, ask for help from someone you trust, like your advisor or teacher. Getting another perspective can help you brainstorm for your answer. Finally, it also helps to use the scholarship prompts as an outline for your essay. Paste those prompts at the top of your Google Doc or Word page so that you have them there to guide your thinking. After that, you should be ready to write.
Getting started can be the hardest part of writing any piece of work. However, there are actions you can take to ensure you don't get immediately stuck when you begin. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to focus on your writing so you aren't worried about the due date. By starting early, you can also break each part of the process into manageable chunks. For example, one day you may simply think of points you want to mention in your piece. Then, another day, you may put those thoughts into an outline. By taking small steps, you slowly build it the first time you write so that you can begin smoothly. Sometimes we struggle to write because we focus on being perfect. A good way to deal with this problem is to just free write. Just write without caring about your grammar or word choice. It's incredibly useful because it helps you realize that the quality of your writing doesn't initially matter. Remember, the first draft absolutely doesn't need to be perfect. Just get those words down on paper and give yourself plenty of time to keep improving your thoughts.
When it's time to revise your work, it's really important to slowly read through your essays out loud. Print a copy with a large font size and increased line spacing so you can make notes as you go. Make sure you say what is actually written down and not what you think you have written down. Your essay should show your authentic voice. As you read, circle or underline the words or passages that don't sound or feel right. Then go back and try something different. It's also important to send your essay to someone else to review. After reading your essay, they might have questions about you or the prompt that you didn't consider or address. They might point out a couple sentences that don't totally make sense. They can also double-check your spelling and help with tiny grammar details like commas versus periods. Multiple people should have looked at multiple different drafts before you finally hit submit.
Throughout your writing process, you've labored over the content of the essay. Now is the time to make sure that everything makes sense and is presented in the best possible way. Taking the time to do a couple last reviews will ensure all of your great work is credible, and it'll give you the opportunity to look for easily fixable mistakes. When doing the last review of your essay, whether it be for a scholarship or for admission into an undergraduate program, be sure to look carefully for spelling and grammatical errors. After you've made those easy edits, take the opportunity to make sure you've tailored your essay to the intended audience. Lastly, here's one of my favorite tricks. Using your word processing software, press Control F and look for words that are overused. By using this trick, you are more likely to see words and phrases that need to be rewritten to add variety to your thoughts. After that, you are ready to submit your incredible essay. Okay, let's recap those 5 steps. Number 1, do your research. Number 2, read your prompts. Number 3, start without freezing. Number 4, revise, revise, revise. Number 5, finalize. With those tips in mind, you are sure to turn every essay into a compelling story. And if you want to find even more helpful writing tools, visit gvsu.edu/fellowship. You'll find resources to help you write like a college student before you even step on campus.